Today is that day, Amy. After more than a year, capacity limits are lifting in Nashville.
It's hard to believe it's finally here. And, you know, Metro says it is okay for fully vaccinated people to take their masks off in Davidson County. That mandate lifted just an hour ago. And what a long road we've been on, Ben. Do you remember in the beginning of COVID when we would go to the grocery, we would wipe down every single thing that came in from the grocery store? I mean, just everyone was so scared of this virus that it changed the way we did everything.
Yeah, so many questions, so much fear. Back then, Amy, everything was shut down. The Grand Ole Opry had to go virtual even, and yet here we are a year later.
Yeah, and capacity restrictions here. They allowed for no audience during COVID in the beginning, and so those capacity restrictions are now being lifted, and that's a really big deal in Davidson County.
Oh, no doubt about it, especially for our restaurant industry, Amy. Of course, they had to specialize in those to-go orders. Many had to shut down, and Colt Johnson is covering this live from Germantown here this morning. And, of course, Colt, these businesses are just so excited to get back to normal.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning to you both. Now, we know that restaurants have really had a long road during this pandemic, facing restrictions for more than 400 days. But today, that all changes. Now, this is going to be a big step for the hospitality industry, really to get closer to back to normal from this pandemic. Now, this industry is actually the second largest in Davidson County, employing more than 71,000 people. But as many people know, a lot of businesses are dealing with short staffing. Nationally, more than 8 out of 10 restaurants are not staffed at their pre-pandemic level. There is an app, though, called Gig Pro that is working to help get open jobs filled in Nashville, with 40 businesses advertising open shifts daily. The creator of the app says it works to connect businesses to workers to cover shifts when someone doesn't show up, calls out sick, or to fill the gap between understaffed and overstaffed.
Instead of having to hire someone fully and bring them on and do all the onboarding, you can get them for just a shift or two or however long you need. So it kind of fits the need of that instant need when you're really, really in a crunch.
Now, for the owners that are interested in the app, you can learn how to post your gigs online by heading to newschannel5.com. And as Amy mentioned, just a little bit of over an hour ago, the indoor mask mandate came to an end here in Nashville. I'm going to send it over to Aaron Cantrell to tell us a little bit more about that. Aaron.